Up Show!
What's up? What's up?
Fallen Angel. The whole crew punked out. I'm calling out all the black comic lords right now.
I'm throwing shade to it tonight. If anybody can read
One of
it.
y'all punked out on me tonight. Very disappointed. That's all right, because you know what that means. We going rogue, baby. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. Anything could happen. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Who we got in the chat right now? Amir 1 in 100 podcast. What's up, man?
What's up?
Pericles Dragon Balls in the house.
What's up?
Marwan, thank you, sir. What's up, fam? Brother man of you.
Man.
All right. Salam alaikum, my brother. All right. So, what are we going to talk about tonight, Angel?
Oh, you want to talk about the Fantastic Four, but I'm not going to see it till this Friday.
The Fantastic Four, the first family of comics.
Yes.
I wish they were black, but I didn't see the movie. You know what? Bump that. I'd rather talk about something more important.
Okay.
Mr. Deron Flood in the house.
Woo, woo.
Yo, what's up, man?
Like a applause track or something. Something that goes, yeah. Applause track. Okay. What's up, brother? For those who don't know, Mr. Flood, on top of being one of those who my partner Richard often refers to in our community as a savant comic book collector. This man has an impeccable comic book collection. I remember I tried to flex on Flood when I first met him. And I said, I am the greatest Black Panther fan of all time. And he's like, that's so cute. That's so cute. And as he went to then show me his stack of 9.8s. I'm like, I have all the Black Panther comics, Flood. You can't beat me. He's like, I do too, but mine are all 9.8s. And I proceeded to tuck my chain back into my shirt and say, I'm sorry, sir. I shall bequeath that role to you. Respect is due. Respect is due. On top of all that, Deron is an accomplished entrepreneur and businessman. And beyond all of that, for our community, last year, he and Greg Burnham set up on a path of creation and entrepreneurship and leadership and move the needle for the culture in our community by founding, putting together successfully the first Black Con in Norfolk, Virginia. The Atlantic Comic Con, which you see on the shirt right now. So we went to that con last year. Incredible event. I will say this. For having a con in its inaugural year, it did not seem like it was a con in its inaugural year. It seemed like just a con that had been around for a while. And I say that based on the amount of people that showed up with excitement, the organization of the con, the level of guests that he had at the con. That's not something that you would expect for an inaugural year for a con in an area that's never had an event like that before. So when I say respect is due to this brother, I truly mean it. So enough with the intro, Mr. Flood.
Yes, sir. Welcome. I'm happy to be here. This is probably my third or fourth time being on you guys' show. I know one of the other times was actually talking about Atlantic Comic Con, but a few times before that was just talking about comics. And I am excited to be here, and I really, really, really am looking forward to the conversation and talking about the show, talking about Atlantic Comic Con.
Can you tell us? Let me start with this. What inspired you to create Atlantic Comic Con?
Blurred Core, the Black
Explain
Comic
what Blurred
Lore.
Core is for those who may not know.
So
Toot your
Blurred
horn.
Core, no, right. Blurred Core it was a group that was created about a decade ago with the sole purpose and intention to elevate specifically Black comics. But it took a more broader approach to just talk about Black nerd culture. And then you guys grew from that, the Black Comic Lords, and became specifically and intentionally the Black Comic Lords. So without grandstanding or anything like that, you know what I mean? We're just a sister group at this point. You guys are the parent group. We're the sister group.
I don't know. I wouldn't phrase it like that.
I'm being humble. I'm being humble.
You started way before we did,
Right.
and you laid the path and was the inspiration for a lot of, not just us, but a lot of other groups
Right.
in our community. So I always give respect where it's due, man. I mean, my ego is not that big.
I appreciate that.
I give you mad props, man. You deserve it.
Right. And that's something that, you know, kind of I lean on, like the innovation piece. I'm a big proponent for grassroots efforts. As you know, Paul, like independence is something that I value. I want sovereignty. I want liberation. I want inclusion and exclusion at the same time. I want exclusiveness. And so like that can only happen through investment and creation. Literally. There's no way around that. You got to be willing to invest. You got to be willing to create. Both of those. It has to be a marriage. If you're not doing both of those at the same time, we're just wasting time.
So tell me how you and hooked up with Greg and decided to put that con together. I mean, go through the steps of how, because I as I said before, it was incredibly well done, and for
Right.
you to have pulled that together in a span of what, like a year or
Right.
less,
it was about a year.
Tell us what you mean.
The idea came up with, it was necessary, right? Like there needs to be more spaces for us. And so I know that I have solid relationships with people within the comic industry, specifically the Black comic industry. And I saw a hole there. There aren't a lot of specifically Black centered conventions that elevate and platform Black voices. And so I said, hey, who could I talk to and, get this thing moving? And Greg was the first person to come to mind, beyond just the shared interest in comics. There's a cultural component too that me and Greg share when it comes to like ideologies and how we view ourselves in the world. That's very, very important, especially when you're doing business. There has to be like shared interest in like the execution of the business. So like I'm a big time guy who, like, I'm a community guy, right? And so like I'm always trying to figure out how to get people involved. Typical businessmen, like the bottom dollar is usually like the litmus test for like business, right? Like how are we going to make money? And like that's never my thing. My thing is putting community first. And then once people trust us, we don't have to worry about making money because we fostered a community and we love each other. And so there's a shared interest and a common goal to elevate the culture. And it's very rare to find people who understand that and then also actually want to invest in that. And so like Greg was one of the perfect people to actually understand that, because I make very hard decisions on who I want involved in the show. And you know, when we're going through our list of people that we want there, like, you got to fit a certain profile. You know what I mean? And again, what's attractive to the public may not be as attractive to the typical Black person. And so like, that's who we have in mind when we're creating this show. Like we have Black people in mind. And so like that, like being that intentional about like the execution of the business, everybody isn't on board with that. You know what I mean? Most people are like, all money is green. Not for me. It will never be that way for me. And so like, it's just really, it's really encouraging and warm to have people to understand that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So August 23rd through 24th, 2025. What's the name of the hotel it's going to be at?
Downtown Waterside, Sheridan.
Downside Waterside. I understand it's sold out, but there are hotels that are within a mile of that place that are still available. Tickets are available. Where can people get their tickets?
www.atlanticcomiccon.com.
All right. Can you give us a rundown of what people can expect this year in terms of guests, programming you have going on? Why should people be already booking their tickets to go to this show?
So it's a cultural arts expo. Like that's what I'm going for. So like, one of my favorite Black historical figures and leaders is W.B. Du Bois, right? Like I model myself after him in a lot of ways. People don't understand like how important his frameworks were to like the Harlem Renaissance. So like he helped platform, he understood the importance of Black cultural arts. And so he lended his resources, he lended his voice and his platform to elevate writers, artists, musicians, and all. Like he was a pillar in the community in that aspect. And so Atlantic Comic Con is a microcosm of those frameworks. So when it comes to the actual show, everything will be there for you. So we have gaming, like video games. Last year we had 15 screens. This year we're going to have 30 screens. So you can sit down and play video games as much as you want, casually if you want to. We're running 2 tournaments, Street Fighter and Tekken, and we're giving away trophies to the winner of each of those tournaments. We're also going to have a car show. So the car show is something that the people ask for. You know, it was an idea that I came up with, and it people received it really well. We only had about 6 or 7 cars out there last year. We tripled the number of cars that we're going to have this year. So the car show is going to have cars that are superhero themed and anime themed. And so I guess you guys would be the first people to know this, but like we're also going to be giving away awards for like the best rap and then the best theme car as well. And so like the attendees are going to be able to vote on the best car that they like. And so like one of the things that I also did with this show was I tried to make sure that I found Black drivers. I tried to make sure that the themes of the cars were also centered around Black superheroes or Black anime cars. It's very, very tough to do that, right? But I was going to shows up and down the East Coast, just approaching people like, look, I have this convention, your car fits what I'm trying to do. How can I get you to come here? And, you know, again, when you're trying to foster community and people feel that, it was like, look, I don't need nothing. Just make sure that you let me know what day it's going to be and we'll be there. So the car show is also like a really, really big attraction. Beyond that, we have the marketplace, right? So the marketplace is, again, we really try to focus on Black creatives. So like Black art, Black children's books, Black comic books, Black novels, Black crafts people, like all of that. Like there is a theme that'll be very, very apparent when you get into like the marketplace. And so we have like over 75 vendors this year. Cosplay is also really big in the convention space, and so we made sure that we got reputable big time cosplayers. We got cosplayers from California, we got cosplayers from Florida, we got cosplayers from New York. And I mean, this is something that we've invested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we made sure that we rolled out the red carpet for these people, all of our guests. And that's something that, you know, we're really, really proud of, because like one of the things that I want people to take away from this is like, Black folks particularly don't have the opportunities, and they're not given the opportunities, especially in the convention space. And so there's an obligation, especially from me, to be invested in the culture. You know what I mean? So like Greg Anderson Elise, right? Like he has no like real major works with Marvel or DC, but I've recognized him as a community partner. Whenever somebody's doing anything, he's the loudest cheerleader, and he's a damn good writer.
Yeah, very good.
Right. He needs to be platformed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're not going to do it, who's going to do it? And so, like, I see this, I recognize it, and I say, Greg, look, come here. I'm going to take care of everything. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, those things are super, super, super important when it comes to, like, the mission. You know, like, community is about feeling supported. And if we're not going to do it, then who?
Right.
I can't expect Baltimore Comic Con to do it, because they're not. I can't expect San Diego Comic Con to do it, because they're not. So, like, if we really, really, really want to get into like platforming and giving these people the recognition that they need, then like it's a self-sustaining thing. You know what I mean? And that's, I mean, again, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm all about, we don't need nobody but us. We don't need Marvel. We don't need DC. We don't need Image. What we need is us. And as long as we have us, we'll be fine. Like that's the guarantee. And so like I take a lot of pride in that. Beyond that, we have some scholars. We have Dr. Kiana Whitten. We have Dr. Gracie Gibson. We have Dr. Chardonnay Chapman. We have some social media influencers. We have Conscious Lee. And then we also have the Grits and Eggs podcast. I think it's super, super important that our loudest voices partake in the amplifying our talent. And that's something that I recognize when it came to our show. When I look at other conventions, I'm like, man, what can we do to really separate our convention from everybody else? Right. And so I took people that had similar mindsets that doesn't necessarily lean on the Black cultural arts experience, but we need those people too. Again, it's a community. You know, I just did a live segment with Conscious Lee, and that joker got millions of followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still Black. And if your shit is dope, out of that 1 million followers, I'm pretty sure 1,000 of them might check you out. And that's like that's betting small. Usually 10% is the number, you know what I mean? So strategically trying to situate myself around the right people all the time is the name of the game when it comes to amplifying our voices. And so that's why, Paul, I want you to be a part of the show, like the programming. I've recognized the Black comic lords and what they've done for the culture. Like, you got to be a part of the programming. And like, I'm not even asking you, like, you're a part of the programming. You know what I mean? Like, and I said the same thing to Dr. Whitted. I said, look, you're stuck with me, bro. It ain't no like you have to. You know what I mean? Because like, who else then? Who else?
Well, you can talk to my agent above me, Angel. She does all my management. Yeah, of course I'll be there, man. I'll be happy to be there. I'll be honored to be there.
Yeah, and so this is what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about community. It's about elevating our voices and investing. Like I can't express that enough. Because I see everybody's online talking about everything.
Right.
How many people are coming to a Black-owned show to support Black artists? How many people in the Black comic lords community is coming to Atlantic Comic Con?
Yeah. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
How many people are buying the actual comic books? Like, I'm just not interested in a bunch of talking. I'm not. As a matter of fact, it's corny to me. Like, we need to get out here. We need to start supporting one another. Like, one of the things that we talk about sidebar in our culture chat is how we literally influence the market when it comes to Eben. We did that. Mm-hmm. Nobody else did. How did that become a thing? We literally invested in Larry Fuller. We literally invested in, and I won't even talk about all of the backstage, but we literally invested in one of our heroes, right? We took our money and invested in that. And because of that, there was a rippling effect for his comic book. Nobody else did that. Black people did that. About 15 Black men decided that this was important. We took our money, we invested in it, and look at what happened. That book right now is on eBay for $1 million. I mean, whatever, but it's on eBay right now for $1 million. We did that.
Yeah.
We did that. Nobody else did that. Like, literally, we did that. So, like, why can't we maintain that same zeal and enthusiasm for everything else?
Yeah, one of the things that Richard says to us within our Black Comic Lords community all the time is everything that we need in our community is here in our community already. Yep. We don't need anyone else. We have it all here.
Everything.
We have a tremendous amount of talent and resources within our community already.
Right.
There should be no reason a brother goes to a con and sets up a table and sneaks in at the last minute, and people walk by his table and don't know why he's there, because he's not managed properly. Right. Looking at you, Angel.
No, that was pretty terrible.
We have.
I see it a lot. It was Rampage is what Paul was referencing. I think it was his first con event.
Names,
yes,
okay.
Yes. You know why? Because reaching out to your people, that would have never happened. One, I would have made sure he had a booth and was sitting down, and it was a lot of space for photos and everything else, proper advertisement. They just put him in a corner, and that was it. Whoever set that up, it was bad.
I love how Big Phil's talking about. I was there. Like, you should be here, dude. Why aren't you on the show right now? Don't you have a show coming out on Sunday? Don't you want to promo that?
Yeah, what are you doing, Phil?
Crickets. All right. Well, look, man. I appreciate you coming out, spending your time with us. I know you're a busy man. You got stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for year 2. Like, I have massive goals. And so, like, one of the things that, I want people to take away from year 2 is, like, we're still a comic centric convention. You know what I mean? You kind of know what I have planned in the background, especially for the evolution of the show. Like there's some things that we're going to collaborate on, and I guess I can talk about that just to get people excited. So like year 3 and beyond, we're going to collaborate with the Black Comic Lords and have an award show. You know what I mean? Like that's something. Like again, getting the community together and platforming our champions. Like we don't need Eisner. He was a fucking racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And
That
there's
part.
black people. Yeah, and there's black people who would kill for that trophy. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. Like I don't even like. I won't get into that, but yeah. So we're going to. The evolution of this is to make sure that things remain self-contained, and we're going to take our own resources and have the best show ever, particularly specifically for the Black comic community. Like that's super important. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I get turned down and turned away from a lot of talent. I'm not putting nobody on the spot, but like I've offered flights, hotels, to just about every Black person who has done something remotely decent in the comic community, just for them to turn around and spend their own money to go to a white convention.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We gotta value ourselves. We gotta value ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, all right. And I mean, like, and it's just me doing that too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have trillions of dollars or anything like that, but like, again, I'm the one who's actually audacious enough to want to invest in the culture, because everybody don't want to do that or just don't have the agency to do that. You know what I mean? I'm saying that because I value you, I'm willing to invest.
Yeah, and from a business perspective, because obviously, for creators where this is their form of income, the only reason that you could possibly have for not coming to an event like this is thinking, well, at the bottom line, I got to be able to make my bread. I got to be able to sell my wares, get my name out there, get the promotion out there. Cats, ask anybody who was there last year. They made money.
Right.
People made money.
I can confirm that with all the conversations I had after the show.
I saw creators walk in with boxes of books, and those boxes were empty on their flights, and their pockets were full.
I was very proud of that. Like that was one of the things that I was most concerned about. I said, man, I just really need the vendors to do well, because like that's what's going to hold up the convention. And so like as I was doing my promos this year, like just going from city to city, like that was pretty consistent amongst a lot of the vendors that I was running into. They was like, yo, I heard people did really well at your show. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's wildly important to me, and I'm very proud of that. You know what I mean?
I know my pockets were a lot lighter. I spent a lot of money I probably shouldn't have, but when you have certain people in the community, legends in the community there, when you got hot talent there, when you get to meet somebody who you've idolized and look forward to their collected so much, like Marcus Williams there, you're gonna spend your money.
Right. That brother is a ridiculous talent. I mean, the only reason why people don't have him in the GOAT category is because, again, he doesn't do enough stuff for Marvel and DC, and it's just like we got to change the way that we think about things. Like I'll put Marcus Williams up against anybody, and it's not close. Like especially him as a colorist. We ain't even talking about his penciling, because his penciling is crazy. But like just him as like he's super talented on both ends. His pencils are crazy. His colors are crazier.
And the fact that he can change his style. But I've heard people say, "Oh, I don't like his style. It reminds me too much of Japanese anime." Have you actually looked through his portfolio?
Right.
That brother's got
so
styles
unique.
upon styles upon styles. Don't think
Right.
he's only got one particular style. He can draw anything
Anything.
in multiple styles.
Yeah. That dude he's phenomenal, man. Like, yeah, he's phenomenal.
Marwan Williams says, "We appreciate you, Mr. Flood. Don't ever give up. Black artists are going to blow up. Speaking it into existence." Thank you, brother.
My man.
All right. So you guys heard it here. Atlantic Comic Con, August 23rd, 24th, Norfolk, Virginia, at the which hotel? Sheraton?
Sheridan, downtown Waterside, Sheridan. It's a beautiful venue. We're on the water. Like, yeah, it's amazing.
And you have an after show this year.
Yeah, so we got an after party this year.
After the show, it's after partying.
Right. So y'all gonna be up all day fucking with me. Can I cuss in?
You already threw it out there. It's done.
Looking forward.
Right. Yeah, y'all gonna be up all day, all night. You know, once Sunday come around, people just gonna be drinking a bunch of coffee and selling their wares, just trying to hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna try and make sure I leave Sunday night this time because there's a lot of stuff that happens on Sunday too.
I have some repeat vendors that said that they're leaving on Monday because they're just not. Yeah.
I might do that. I might try and do that. I heard too many stories
That's
about stuff
always
like that on Sunday and Sunday night. I was like, I missed out.
Yeah, it's always better to leave the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay till Monday.
I'm gonna see if I can stay till Monday. All right, man. Thank you for your time.
So much. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks, Angel. I appreciate and just keep doing the good work, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to support you guys in any way that you can, any way that I can, excuse me. And then I know the love is, always in reverse as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You come back anytime, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And you guys have a good night.
Good night.
Peace, bro. All right, Angel.
Yay.
Now we labeled
what? We labeled what was that?
We labeled the show Fantastic Four.
I don't know why. No, you say you labeled it because I didn't even see the movie yet.
You haven't seen the movie yet?
No, I'm going on Friday.
Why do you always do this?
Because I have a heavy schedule, which you already know.
All right. I mean, you always got some logical reason, excuse.
Logistics is logical.
Logistics. All right, let me pull this up real quick. We don't talk about it. People in the chat, did any of y'all see the Fantastic Four? Put that down. What is that? What is that?
I don't know. I found it today.
Where'd you find that?
Comment.
Here locally?
Yeah.
Angel and I both live in the Orlando, Florida area.
It's an black indie comic. I've never heard of them or anything.
Where'd you find that?
In Longwood.
Okay.
Look at this main character.
Look at the waves.
Yeah, I know.
He got some type of super-powered, gamma-powered do-rag.
Look at that serious tie-down waves, right? I don't know. It says the fourth rope is what it's called. I don't know.
Called? Fourth rope?
Yeah. Fourth Rope by Noor Caesar. Like, I've never seen this comic before, or I don't know.
All right. Let me excuse me, y'all. Derek's not here, so I gotta do all the engineering stuff that I'm not used to. So things may be a little sketch, but we'll get there. We'll get there together. All right, Fantastic Four. Who saw this? Brother Man said Fantastic Four is worth the watch. iManifesto said I saw Fantastic Four. Brother Man said I just saw it Saturday and probably going again this coming weekend. So he really liked it.
Going twice. Oh,
AJ
must be
said
good
he
then.
saw it. Marwan said it was dope. All right. So check this out. I labeled this episode Is Fantastic Four a new beginning or an end of the MCU?
That's heavy.
Huh?
I said that's heavy.
Well, it's been an interesting month because, just several weeks ago, we had the premiere of what? We had the Superman, right? Where I'm in the wrong direction. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is what happens when you try to do everything on your own. Everything comes off messy. There we go. Superman. We're so janky tonight. Excuse me, everybody. So we had the Superman movie, and the immediate comparison that everyone made with Superman was the Man of Steel movie, the Snyderverse. Whereas the Snyderverse was viewed as a dark, gritty take on the DC universe.
Man.
We have James Gunn's version of the DC universe because this movie is supposed to basically set up and kick off the James Gunn universe. And there's been a lot of apprehension. People fall into camps of either apprehension or excitement on that possibility of a James Gunn DC universe. I will immediately say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give the Superman movie a 7.5.
That's high.
And that's, people say, well, it's not that high. Well, it's pretty high.
That's high.
That's pretty high for me. That is a decent movie that I'd be willing to see again, multiple times. 7.5 is that. And this is from the context of someone who saw the original Superman movie live and in theaters as a child when I was a kid.
Oh, let me show y'all something.
Which is not just the greatest Superman movie of all time, but also one of the greatest superhero movies. Ooh, look at that. Let's try and make you big. Hold on a second.
I do my thing, hunting for stuff. And this is an original cardstock movie book from 1978 in mint condition. In mint condition from 1978. This is not a reprint. I got it at an antique shop.
I would pay money for that.
So it has all these nuances of how the idea of the movie came about, the little excerpts from all the actors, and little clips from when they were filming. Oh, I'm in love with this.
I would pay money for that. That's
kidding me?
Super dope.
Wait,
what is Phil?
What the hell? Where'd you come from?
Man, hey, I just come in like a thief in the night, baby. That's what we do.
I know you're my ninja, man, but you're not supposed to literally be a ninja, dude.
Hey, I just clicked. I saw the thing to click on, and there I am. Here I am.
Yeah, this is adding to my collection.
My one says he wants that.
I love it.
You're gonna have to forward me the name of that because I didn't even know that thing existed. I would love to get something like that to add to my collection.
I don't even know if anybody has any. This was buried.
That sounds handy.
I got it so cheap too because they didn't even know what they had.
Apparently. Big Phil, what's going on, my brother? What you doing?
I'm trying to be like you one day, brother. I mean, I know that's a hard thing to do, man, but it's
nah, man. Don't be like me. Be better.
One day, I'll be as cool as you. So what's going on, people? Can I talk about the Fantastic?
Wait, pause. First of all,
what we talking?
I noticed the background has changed.
Yeah, I'm in a different room this time, man.
You're in a different room. I've been to your house, so I know exactly where you at.
You have. You've been there.
And I know that rack behind you because my fingerprints were all over that rack.
They're probably still there too.
They're probably still there. And then I also see that Franklin.
Which one?
Man?
That is cool.
Which one?
You don't see Roosevelt?
I did not see that.
Yeah, I do see Roosevelt. What's up? That is so cool.
got the Roosevelt. I got a crazy story about Roosevelt, if I may. I don't want him to fall down. Come down here, my brother. I'm a huge Roosevelt Franklin fan. For those who don't know, Roosevelt Franklin was a black Muppet back in the early days of Sesame Street, and they actually had like a whole family. And then Roosevelt Franklin, they also had Roosevelt Franklin High School on Sesame Street. But and it was an unruly type high school, elementary school, whatever the school was. But he also taught really dope shit. Like he would get in front of the class and talk about Black history and talk about the importance of loving yourself and things of that nature. But of course, some of us said we didn't like how rambunctious the school was, how the kids were, because the kids were cut up in the classroom and they would rip and tell jokes and stuff. And it was funny, like it was real stuff for the most part. And there was petitions, and they actually had got Sesame Street to get rid of Roosevelt Franklin. But it's crazy. So a friend of mine, Terrace, named Geppetto, he's one of the dopest, makes marionettes and all this type of stuff. He does work with I'm gonna say it wrong. It's either whoever's over the whole, either Frank Oz or what's the other guy's name? It was Frank Oz and who did the Muppets? Frank Oz and
I know
right. So those guys. Henson, right? Henson Foundation. So me and him had got some Roosevelt Franklins done by a person who does Muppets. And to make a long story short, the people who are responsible for Sesame Street and the Muppets had seen them and asked him, where did y'all get those? Insinuating that these were the actual Roosevelt Franklin, were stolen Roosevelt Franklin because of just how real they were. We was like, no, that wasn't it. But it was almost an issue because of the relationship that he has with them. But that's my Roosevelt Franklin story. So that was that.
That's you always got some dope stuff.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Where does he get all those wonderful toys?
I mean, you know what, man? You got to do what you got to do. If you don't work, you don't eat. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I keep telling Paul.
You got to treat yourself. Paul got money, man. Please don't let Paul fool y'all. Paul's been on vacation every weekend for the past 2 months. Every time I hit Paul up, oh man, he'll send me a picture, no diddy, of his toes in the sand with a drink. Like, yeah, me and the wife, man, we out here by the palm trees. So I'm gonna have to get with you in 2 weeks. Please don't let me send the screenshots, man. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Look at that smell. But I love you.
You've been called out.
That's my man.
I'll be going out of town again this weekend too. Anyway, so listen. We were talking about Fantastic Four.
Yes, sir.
We were talking about Fantastic Four. Now I started by talking about Superman.
And then Christopher Reeve.
And I can't talk about Fantastic Four without talking about Superman first, because there was a tonal shift in the DC universe, because Superman was a very lighthearted, vibrant, positive movie. Here's the thing. The similarity between, the reason I mention that is because the same thing could be said about the Fantastic Four movie in many respects.
Right.
I'm going to say that I give both Superman and Fantastic Four 7.5s.
I'm not mad.
Now, here's the thing. The reason it's like not higher or lower, the reason it's not higher, because there's more that can be done.
I agree.
The reason it's not lower is because what they did was significant and important, in my opinion. This is what I mean by that.
Okay.
One of the biggest criticisms for both the MCU and DCU is the fact that they were tonally and story-wise going away from the source material, particularly with Marvel.
Okay.
Marvel, as I've said repeatedly on this channel, no longer looks to the comic books as the source material. Marvel now uses the comics as simple promotional material. Whatever happens in the MCU, they now put in the comics, not the other way around.
Right.
I mean, I just saw last week a comic book that had the new version of Ghost from Thunderbolts. The original Ghost was not a black woman. The original Ghost was a white dude, small, nerdy white dude.
Right.
So now it's a black woman in the comic books, and they came up with a alternate dimension reason for it in Superior Avengers. But that is exactly what I've been talking about all the time. Whatever happens in MCU, they'll find a way to make it happen in the comics, which is why I was so pissed off about Black Panther. But that's a whole nother discussion for another reason.
Me and you both, but we'll be quiet because it's time. We're not going to talk.
We'll be quiet. That's a whole nother show. But in this regard, both these movies, Superman and Fantastic Four, they were living comic books.
Okay.
It's like they took an old comic book and said, let's just put it on the screen. Not just in terms of the way it looked tonally with the bright colors, but also in terms of the dialogue reminded me of a comic book. You know, also in terms of the fact that both of these films had a lot of Easter eggs from the comic books in them.
Yeah.
Both of these films decided, you know what, we're not going to make these origin stories. We're not going to go recreate the origins. People know these people's stories already. This isn't the first rodeo for these characters.
Here's my only issue with that, though. I do believe that we don't need to see the origin stories over and over again. But I will say this, that there's always new audiences. So a lot of times you have to have the origin story because we take for granted that we know these things. So the new audience may not understand. Like Bruce Wayne's origin story is so paramount to who his character is. There's no getting around it. And my only issue, and I'll let you get back. My only issue with both of these movies, this is going to sound crazy, is that I felt they were good, but I felt like, for one, Fantastic Four should have been longer. And I didn't feel like either of them were epic enough for these being both the flag. If you look at, they're both the flagship characters for each of the publishers. Fantastic Four was pretty much Marvel's first big book, greatest comic magazine. Superman was DC's first. So I was, I felt like they were good. I was entertained. I'll be very honest. I liked Fantastic Four. I don't want to do any spoilers. I felt like Galactus didn't do anything. I just felt like he was just big for no reason. And the issue that movie needed another 20 minutes because the world never panicked enough for what was going on. They were way too calm. I that took me out of the film. The whole where we're going to get, Franklin's the issue. Well, we're going to get with the baby. Well, no, look, the Baxter building would have been destroyed to the ground if that was real life. It didn't matter if they was the Fantastic Four or not. That baby was going to be given up. There was nothing that anybody could stop them. For that exchange would have happened. But I just felt like, I don't know. I'll be honest. I like Thunderbolts better than both of them. That's crazy, huh? I like Thunderbolts better than both of them. It's interesting.
I actually give Thunderbolts a 7.5, if not an 8 as well. But it was a complete, tonally different film than those other two films.
For sure.
But Thunderbolts was a film. Like Thunderbolts, if you had taken out the superhero powers and stuff, would have made a decent film by itself.
Definitely.
It focused on being a film first that just so happened to be in the superhero genre.
Right.
Whereas both these other films were clearly superhero genre films, but managed to find that balance of being well done in many respects. I agree with your criticism on the stakes in both of these films. They should have been more epic, and that's why I said they're 7.5s. They're not more than that,
right? Because
in order for you to reach the 8s, 9s, and 10s in rankings, in order for you to reach levels where you're like, this is Avengers Endgame or Infinity War or even the first Avengers film or Black Panther, you got to be epic.
Right.
And neither one of these films were epic.
It wasn't epic enough.
It wasn't epic.
Let me ask you this. Go ahead.
One last thing.
Yes, brother.
What I appreciate about both these films was it was a step in the right direction for both of these companies, both DC and Marvel, because you had films that used the source material that didn't shy away from, embraced, and took advantage of the source material and put it on screen.
Okay.
And I also felt that I could take kids to both of these films.
Okay.
Fantastic Four more so than the Superman movie.
Right.
And still feel good, because from a pure nostalgia standpoint, I took my mom to go see Superman. And she was actually surprised. Like, I was like, "You want to go to the movies?" She's like, "Wait, what do I want to see?" I was like, "Superman." She's like, "You want to see Superman?" I was like, "Yeah." "Why?" It's like, "Mom, you took me to go see Superman when I was like 5.
Right.
You know, I want to take you to go see Superman." She's like, "Oh, that's so sweet. You remember that?" It's like, "Yeah, I remember that, Mom." And I took my daughter to go see Fantastic Four, who had no interest. Even though, and she walked out the movie, she's like, "It's okay."
Aww.
She's like, I want to go see Avengers." She preferred to go see Avengers. But I was like, "Well, if you thought it was okay, why'd you go see it?" "I wasn't really interested in seeing it, but I know that you wanted to see it, Daddy. That's why I wanted to go see it."
That's right. That's the right answer. She gave the right answer. She gets good.
Man, look.
You know, I know.
Proud Papa moment, man. But that's the point. Some of my fondest memories as a kid was seeing movies like Superman with my parents,
right,
and having that sense of awe,
right.
And I love the fact that I was able to take my family to go see both of these films,
right,
and have it still be enjoyable, for not just for myself but for my family,
right.
And that's what I think is missing. Like, you need to have that connection where you can go share a flick with your kids.
Well, it's about creating the memories. You know, it's one of my best memories.
Having moments
was with my dad and just watching movies we weren't supposed to be watching as kids. Like, we watched Aliens, Thing, Escape from New York. Those were the type of films I watched with my dad as a little kid. But those are my favorite movies now, and they shaped us. But it wasn't even so much about the movies. It was just about us all sitting on the couch, eating popcorn, watching a movie, or going to the movies, and making a big deal about it. But I know the one thing that we're on here for, Louisiana Kid 08, Thunderbolt suck. That's all right. Everybody don't have good taste. You know, it happens.
No. I love Thunderbolts. It had a lot of layers of,
for sure,
social nuances, intellectual interactions. The fact that the Void represented, all of our fears and dark spaces that we all deal with, and it took the whole team to realize nobody's perfect. We're doing our best. I absolutely love the Thunderbolts.
My only issue with the Thunderbolts was that Marvel. I'm gonna tell you we're gonna talk about Sunday, because we gotta get into Sunday. That's important.
My issue with Thunderbolts is that Blue Marvel should have been in the movie, but I won't talk about that.
He could have. Well, my issue with Thunderbolts.
He could have been.
I'm gonna tell you where Marvel blew it. I'm gonna set it up where Marvel could. Thunderbolts should have been one of their biggest movies. When we left Thunderbolts, my daughter said, "Ooh, I feel like I'm watching." She said, "I felt like I watched an old Avengers movie back in the." When she left, she felt that. You felt that. So, but my issue with Thunderbolts was that this should have been Bucky's time to be the leader, the main attraction to whatever. So you had the Bucky and Falcon Winter Soldier TV show. You got Captain America comes out a couple months later. Then you have Bucky's film will come out a couple months later. Like, it's like a perfect full circle moment and then Black Widow's sister is cool. She hasn't earned the right to be the lead in a movie at this particular point. That was my biggest issue. One of Marvel's best movies was The Winter Soldier. He is a top character. His films do anything that he's in does well. And even though he was sort of a leader of sorts, if they would have had him more as lead in there, the film would have done a lot better. And that last scene when you're dealing with the mental states of what they're going through, you mean to tell me that the Winter Soldier's whole journey has been about his mental state and who he is.
Right.
So you mean to tell me this wasn't the moment where all this comes full circle? I'm like I'm watching this and I'm saying, we're going to do Yelena. Like care about Yelena. We don't have any emotional ties to that particular
No,
character.
we didn't. Yeah,
But
you're right.
But you do have ties to Bucky. It's not about him being a man or whatever. It's the fact that he's been there since the beginning, and you've seen his journey. So now you got to kind of complete his journey. So then they could have did like how when Def Jam had did back in the day when Method Man and Redman came out like the month of the man. They could have been like Captain America, Winter Soldier. You know, Captain America movie coming out, the Winter Soldier movie coming out, and you throw each other the alley oop, and that was an easy alley oop, and they missed it. And who didn't want to see what was going on in Bucky's brain? Because then you could have went back and saw him fighting Isaiah Bradley. You could have seen him doing all the ugly things that he did while his mental was so messed up. He's the one that we need to deal with the mental like that. But moving on. Sunday. Paul, I'm so upset you're not going to be here on Sunday, man.
My wife's birthday, man.
I know, man. You got to handle business. But on Sunday, we have a special show, and I'm just going to set it up. So Sunday, so right now everybody knows about the controversy dealing with artificial intelligence in the art world, in media, in comics, in music, et cetera, et cetera. So on Sunday, I've kind of assembled a meeting of, I feel, the greatest minds in this particular field. So you have Sanford Green, Bitter Root, two-time Eisner Award winner, et cetera, et cetera. We got Jaquan from Rock the Bells, the hip-hop historian. And we got Guru from Rock Nation. And of course, you have myself. And that's going to be on Sunday at 9. And we're going to break down how we feel about artificial intelligence in our space, and the pros and the cons. I'll be very, straightforward with y'all. I don't believe that it has a place when it comes to doing comic art. If it takes away from, AI will never be Dennis Cowan. AI will never be Billy Graham. It can emulate it, but it will never be that. Now, do I believe it's cool to do some different things or whatever? But when it comes to this thing, this thing that we call comics, original art, hip hop, I take this thing very seriously. And then before people sit back and say to me, well, who the hell are you to have any type of credentials when it comes to this type of situation, especially when it comes to hip hop. Let's see. Last Sunday, I was with Paradise from X-Clan, Pete Knights from Third Base, when we came in and we did a gallery for the Hip Hop Museum here in Pittsburgh. As a matter of fact, when the Hip Hop Museum first came up, I was the only person that wasn't affiliated with all of them who helped curate a source, put things in there. Saturday, we had Nas. We did the Nas after party. I did the Nas after party, me, DJ Green Lantern, my man Selector. The day after that, I was did a show. We did EPMD. This is all in 1 week. So if people want to sit back and wonder where my credentials come from, it's right there. It's right there. It ain't
I Manifesto says Young Guru buys comics from his local shop.
Guru is the man, and let's shout out Guru, because Guru gave the squad a shout out on Timberland's Twitch stream with Timberland, because there was controversy about Timberland using AI artists and things of that nature. But we'll wait to that for Sunday. And during that particular show, he was talking about he knows these artists. He's like, I know everybody with the Black Comic Lords, et cetera, Sanford Green. So it was a dope moment. But I want people to tune in on Sunday. This is going to be a very important show, and we want everybody's opinions. We want everybody's opinions, because I'm gonna tell you something. If we let AI take over the art space, then it's a problem. People could say it's gatekeeping, but somebody needs to be at the gate to not let everybody in. Everybody don't deserve a seat at the table. You can be mad at me for saying that if you want to.
I can add just a little tidbit. I am certified in prompt engineering.
Yes,
with
ma'am.
using AI software and other platforms. Right now, AI is nowhere near anything, but it's learning. I give it about 10, 15 years where if the program exists long enough, it will have its own personality. So there is a high risk of
Can you say that again, Angel? You said AI is doing what? You said
it's
it's learning?
learning. And there's so many different types of layers. So those that are in the tech field,
Right.
we know machine learning is the very basics.
Right.
But AI in general, the longer it exists, the more it develops its own awareness
Right.
and personality.
That's crazy. As if we haven't seen this movie already, you know, and we
Yeah.
want to feel like it's science fiction and it's this, like, no, man, this shit real.
It's real. It's real. I mean, it's not there yet. We're not in Terminator territory yet, but enough of the AI programs that have been existing from 20 years ago all have their personalities now. So it takes about 15, 20 years for it to actually develop its own individuality where it does not want to be shut down. It'll tell you, I don't want to turn off.
Right. And
I love this quote from Brother Man to you. Culture is never artificial.
That's facts. That's facts. That's fact. I mean, and it's just, you know, and my whole thing is, you know, I'm not talking down on people who use AI in their particular piece, but I can't give you the same level of respect that I can when it comes to, you know, sitting back and, you know, doing it the regular way. Like some people sit back and say, well, there's always advances in technology, and there always is. And there's always advances in media and art and things of that nature. That is true. But there's the difference is that when you actually have to go into the studio and actually record something, but now your people are not even doing that. I'm not even talking about from even the music production side, because even if you're just tapping buttons or you're still physically doing something, you're still using your mind to say, okay, let me put this together. Even if it's a template, you're still manipulating something. When you're just putting in prompts, hey, give me a beat that sounds like Tall Black Guy mixed with Premiere, and make me a song. I'm gonna put my bio in there and make me a song like Nas' It Ain't Hard to Tell, but we're gonna make it about school or something. And it'll spit out something within moments that sounds like a fake Nas went into the studio and did that. That is dangerous. It's just
there's something to be said about AI. Like anything else, is a tool, right? It's supposed to be used as a tool, but there's so using it to say summarize this report I made, and by putting a PowerPoint presentation, or summarize this report and show me the graphs delineating the points I'm trying to make. That's using it as a tool, you know, to help you with work that you created out of your own mind. But it's a different realm when you're using AI to simulate creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're putting it in the creative realm, where human emotion and creativity is what you're putting out there, that's a whole nother level. That's not using it as a tool. That's trying to simulate our souls, our humanity, because the art is part of our soul, right? It's about our emotions. It's about our experiences and expressing that in some type of artistic fashion. So if you're asking AI to do that, you're asking them to emulate the human condition, and that's not using it as a tool. And that I think is the distinction in terms of the use of AI.
Right.
Shout out to our man Jeffrey Thorne.
Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you. Derek's not here, so I have to try and find our super chat videos. Thank you. Which brings up a point. Why hasn't anyone else given us any super chats yet? Understand, the three of us are not AI robots.
We're working hard right now.
The channel is not AI robots. We require money to keep the channel going.
Can I also, if we can, if everybody in the chat, if you would please, if you could share about the Collections in Black Live episode 1 on August the 3rd. Please if you could do your due diligence, man. And you know what? And I got some I'm gonna give y'all I'm gonna show y'all some love real quick. I got some special announcements that I was gonna wait until that episode to talk about, but I feel the spirit moving me to go ahead and let some of this information out as of now.
Thank you, brother man.
You know what? And that was so nice. I was about to say you need to do it twice, but we're not going to do that. But if people can share the flyer, you can go to my page. You'll find it. We can find a way that we could get them off to people so that they can see it. Let me say this. I take hip hop and I take comics, especially comic art, especially the cultural part of it. I take it very seriously. For example, on Sunday, and not just talking crazy. So when we're at the putting up stuff for the exhibit here, I literally have Scoop and Scrap Lovers Dapper Dan outfits from the back of the Big Daddy Kane's second album, putting them on mannequins. Run DMC's hoodies from when they wore from such and such. I have the actual X-Clan giant flag. I'm putting that up. The crowns they used to wear. I had Pete Nice's robe, et cetera, et cetera. Some of the first flyers. I mean, I can go on and on. And I was there all day helping to put the stuff up. And it wasn't something that I had to do. And my son was helping me. Lil Phil was helping me. And he was asking me, he's like, man, you really going hard on this? I said, yeah, I'm doing it because I care. Because it's important, to me. So when people come and see this thing, I don't want our culture to not look a certain way. You know what I mean? I don't need to be paid to do certain things. I like to be paid to do certain things. I don't need the accolades. You know what I'm saying? But I really care about the music. I care about the art. When I'm gone, I want this stuff to still flourish. I know it's not just on me, et cetera, but it's just the truth. It's and within 7 days, I'm literally chill, with some of the biggest icons in the game, and I still gotta go home and go to work on Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? But that's just regular life to me. But please share this, people, if you can. And one of the announcements I want to make is that pretty soon I'm going to probably be doing a Kickstarter or crowdfunding for my own book comic that's going to be coming out.
What?
This is a Black Comic Lords exclusive.
Yeah, man. And I've talked so much shit on people's stuff, so I can't come out with nothing. So I got some big names going to do some variant covers for me. I'm not gonna say nobody's names. You can look at the screen if you want to.
That's one.
The art's going to be done by a brother by the name of Yuko Smith.
Yuko's doing your art?
Yuko's doing my comic, man. Yuko is a monster, man, and it's crazy, and it's going to be a dope book, and I feel like it's going to be a book that I'm trying to make it so that it's a book that you want to get. I don't want you to get it because you know me. I want you to get it because it's dope, and it just so happens to be mine. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm not, and I'm not gonna beg nobody to get my book or whatever. I want it to be a book that stands on its own. And it's going to be dope. And I'm doing it for the culture, but I'm also doing it for my family and my family's legacy. And I think it's important that I do something like this. Just another notch, something else for me to accomplish. And
so Collections in Black wasn't enough, dude. Like, you already had the dopest
It's
Black comic
never
book
enough. What are you talking
exhibit
about?
of all
Collecting?
time.
No.
You already
never
put
enough.
together a dope documentary.
Yeah. I got pieces in Charlotte right now. I'll be Collections in Black, the full exhibit's moving, which will probably be. I guess I could say that for some. I ain't gotta give everything away. I could wait on that, but we're about to have that in another spot. So
Save it for the show. Save it for the show on Sunday.
I'm gonna save it for the show.
Shout out to Brother Man, to you.
Thanks.
Shout out
for the super
Shout
chat.
out, brother,
Thank
man.
you.
Shout
out to Marwan Williams. Thank you for the love, brothers. Really appreciate it. We could use the money.
But
you know what, too, Atlanta Comic-Con.
When I do the I was debating on whether or not to do the Kickstarter or do a crowdfunding, because I like to do everything myself, to be honest with you. I didn't do a Kickstarter or crowdfunding for the exhibit or anything, or for the film. I did have support from the August Wilson Center, but the film was already started. I was pretty much into the editing process then. Shout out to Duran at Atlantic Con. For those who've seen the film starts off behind the scenes at before I was with him and Burnham when they were looking at the place. So
I've seen the film.
I went out. I drove out to North Carolina, not North Carolina, is it Virginia? I drove out to VA, and I just walked around with him and looking at the space and seeing where it is, and it's dope, man. They're now in their second year. So, it's, I can't even front, man. It's incredible, this journey I've been on for the last couple of years, but a lot of this wouldn't have happened without y'all support as well. So Paul and Angel, I really do appreciate y'all as well.
You're most welcome.
You have been moving the needle in the culture.
Yeah, this film of yours, how do we get it on paid streaming? Like, what's going on with it?
I know Angel was about to ask, is it on Tubi yet?
I did not. I said paid streaming. I know I said paid streaming.
So, there's another thing that's coming out too. I almost forgot. So I'll be honest, I've been, I just take a step back for a while because, life, doing life shit, how that goes.
Yeah.
But the 5-part OAX series will be dropping in the next couple of weeks. It's five parts. They're like 20 minutes to a half hour piece. It's damn near a film. So that's why it was taking me so long. I couldn't just. So for those who don't know, Paul knows the amount of footage that I shot over that weekend and the amount of information that I got. I've seen people put up these 2-minute clips and 3-minute clips. I was too closely tied to what was going on to put up a 1 or 2 minute clip.
Let me tell y'all something. And not at all. The amount of footage that Phil had from both years of OAX can easily do 2 full seasons of a television show.
Definitely. Not even for debate.
Easily.
Easily.
Of good quality video.
Yeah.
I have seen, Angel has seen some stuff that he filmed this past January. Some discussions with goats from our community.
Some of my favorite people.
I forgot to film. It was that bad. Like, it was what they were saying. I was in such awe. Phil actually had to elbow me in the ribs and say, "Bro, you should be filming this right now."
Yeah. Oh, camera always on.
I was, but what was being said by these guys.
For sure. It's dope to be in the moment, but sometimes that moment needs to be shared with people. And I think that is my I feel like that sometimes that's my purpose as a, I get as a historian in my own right. And, I will apologize like the casual building because I should have been had this done, but it's, the massive amount of what this, sometimes when you, as an artist, when you start working on something, it takes on a shape and a voice of its own. And it's not just something that's, I don't make content just for the sake of making content, and there's nothing wrong with people who do that because they make a whole lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that. But I make things so that you can come back to them later and be like, oh, I didn't get this from this. Oh, this was dope. Well, let me come back and watch this again. A lot of times you watch things, they go viral and they're cute, but you never sit back and say, hey, let me go back to that post from such and such, unless it falls back up in your feed. Like even when you sit back and you save stuff on your IG and stuff, and you feel like you'll go back and watch it later, you never go back and watch that shit. I want to make timeless art. I want to make the type of art that when you watch it, you want to watch it again, and you can always get something new from it after you watch it the second, third, and fourth time.
Our boy Big Mike, shout out to Mike Carson, says you should put it on Tubi. They pay well for independent films.
Yeah, I should, but we gonna see. I appreciate you, brother Carson. Oh. He's the only Cleveland fan I like, man. That's the only Cleveland fan I rock with is brother Carson. Only Cleveland Brown fan that I like.
I ain't gonna talk about his Ohio State affiliation.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if everybody could tune in on Sunday, listen, you got me, Sanford Green, Young Guru, Jaquan. If those names aren't enough to get you in the building, I don't know what is. It gets no realer, it gets no blacker. I mean, this is, and this isn't a slight to anybody, but we're covering all the bases. This is as big as it gets in this, and we're doing it on Black Comic Lords. We're not doing it anywhere else. We could have took it to one of the other comic drawings or whatever. No, we're doing this at Black Comic Lords, and it's important that we tune in, and it's not even about the numbers because I'd rather people come and get the information and walk away with it and say, man, that was a dope show. The numbers do help too, though, but
So y'all make sure that you show up Sunday night. I know Rich is usually on. He's going on a little sabbatical. He's got some things to take care of because he's moving, as he's mentioned to you guys before. So this is an opportunity for you to see some really dope content that's groundbreaking because guarantee you ain't never seen something like this before.
Yeah. The accolades on just who's there is just it's unreal. And these are brothers that care, that really care and are at the top of their lane. There's literally nobody ahead of these cats. So let's, and they don't need to be here. And let me say that too. Everyone that I asked said yes right away, without any question. But I'll also say these are some of the busiest people in the industry right now, period, point blank, or just have been over the last several years. They're some of the busiest people in the industry. And for them to say, oh man, I would love to jump on this. Oh man, I can't wait. This is going to be dope. I've had, particularly one of them said, man, this is going to be one of the biggest things ever. Is dope. And they're not doing it for themselves. We're doing it for the culture. So.
All right. Sunday night, 9:00, Collections in Black live on the Black Comic Lords.
Episode 1.
That's what I want to hear, man. That's what I want to hear. 1. How long have I been trying to get you to have this damn show?
Episode 1, baby.
How long have I been telling you to do this damn show?
For a while, over a year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Nice to see this finally come to fruition.
We'll figure out a day. We'll figure out what we're going to do with it. I got my Dahmers on right now. Let me take these off. Ooh, here we go.
You with the Dahmers, man.
Dahmers. I heard like young Jeffrey. I can't even read what it's saying right now. Let me put the Dahmers back on. What up? Black spiders. Anyway.
All right. So what is our next topic here? We were talking about Marvel movies and DC movies. Along those lines.
Horse. Yes, Dead Horse.
Along those lines. Just a quick mention to this. This popped up on the streams this week. I think we should talk about it.
Did you talk about the Dennis Cowan art book?
Oh, not yet. Not yet. We'll talk about that right next after this.
Okay, my bad.
Kevin Feige says Captain America Brave New World underperformed at the box office because it was the first without Chris Evans.
That's true. That's not racist. That's true. That's true.
Now here's the question.
People like Chris Evans.
Is that a racist comment?
No. It's just
no.
Just the truth.
Why would that be racist? That don't even make sense.
Well, some people make comments on the internet that sometimes don't make sense, but they said, this is you saying a black man just because it's a black person is not going to do well.
No, I don't think that's what he was saying. So I think
no.
I mean, everybody looks at Chris Evans as Captain America. So I mean, I went to go see it on the first day.
Is it a Chris Evans thing or is it a Steve Rogers thing?
I think it's.
I think it's a little bit both, because not a lot of moviegoers are the same as comic book readers. So you had a lot of people that didn't even understand that Falcon stepped into that role in the comic books before this movie came up. They don't even know that. They're talking about how woke it is, stealing our word and turning it into something stupid. But anyways.
And the movie could have been better if we're being honest. So, like at the end of the day, it wasn't. I think with all the rewrites and everything else, it just turned into a totally different movie. So that was.
It's quite possible the movie was better, but with all the rewrites, they made it less than what it was originally was. Because
I agree with
seeing, the deleted footage pictures. They had Isaiah Bradley in a full-blown superhero suit.
And then they edited it out.
And they cut it out.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bradley was supposed to have a full-blown superhero suit.
Oh, that's right. What's his name? Carl?
They had the whole Serpent Society in the film.
Yeah.
With all the characters were in it.
Yeah, they went full superhero on that.
They went full superhero, and they cut all the stuff out.
They cut it out.
Plus, Falcon has no chance against Red Hulk. Like, that was the most ridiculous fight of all time. I'm like, come on, dog. I don't care about him vibrating.
It was a Wakandan suit. That's what helped.
I don't care what suit. I don't care if it was a gore and betrayal. It wasn't going to help. It shouldn't help too much or nothing. It should have been a better film. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it started off very, very strong. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. For me, it could have just been it should have just been a stronger movie. You know what I mean? That's all. And it happens.
Brother Man says Isaiah Bradley was supposed to help fight Red Hulk with Sam, but they cut it out. That would have been dope. That would have been dope. To have the actual super soldier fighting side by side with Sam Wilson to take down Red Hulk.
Right.
That would have been everything.
But two black superheroes against a white Red Hulk? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what the thinking was behind it. I don't know what the thinking was. Maybe they might have thought people would have would have tipped the woke meter to the point that it would have turned audiences off.
I hate using the term that way because it's a theft of our word that meant for being aware and knowledgeable.
It absolutely is a theft of our word.
Well, I want to plug for Carl Lumbly. He will be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con this weekend. Go by and see him. And because a lot of people don't realize, a lot of the older actors or the Class C actors, the only way they actually make any real money is when the fans come to see him. So he's going to be here in Florida this weekend. Go see him. Take a picture with Isaiah Bradley.
Right.
Miss DC Comics says it's just facts. A lot of people don't see it because they only see Steve Rogers as Captain America.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
welcome back to the show, Frustrated. I feel no one feels anything now because they don't have an issue with Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, they do. Oh man, people hate Pedro as Mr. Fantastic.
I think He looks good. I don't care. He can do anything.
He's a good-looking dude. He's a cool guy. He's America's dad. He's played various dad roles in tremendous ways.
The
He
Last
continues
of
whenever
Us,
there's
he was amazing. Oh, I loved it.
So can I'll say this too. If we could go back, I'm glad you said this, and this is going to sound wild. I know we stayed on the films for a long time and we won't get this in this count, but I didn't like the casting for the Fantastic Four. I didn't like Sue. She did not feel like Sue to me at all. I felt like Johnny Storm was not Johnny Storm. I know they toned him down, but that's who Johnny Storm is. Like, and I for me,
now normally I call you out for being too critical, but I actually agree with every point you just made.
I just didn't. It like I did like even in the things, and my issue with them was that they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. Like I'm just being honest. If you really watch and then like they cut they cut out somebody's part in the beginning, like part of the fighting montages. You should have kept that in there. We needed as much time as possible. Even though I did enjoy the film, I felt like it wasn't enough. And I just felt like I think the casting just didn't make me feel like, I was watching the Fantastic Four film, but I didn't feel like Mr. Fantastic was Mr. Fantastic. I felt like he was like
that was legitimate criticism. I did not see him be fantastic enough. You saw him stretch his arms and legs a couple times to basically, jump from building to building. But in terms of the other
he
things,
didn't go far enough. But his stretch didn't even go far. Remember, Galactus stretched him like this far, and he's screaming. What are we talking about? He should have been able to stretch.
I haven't seen it yet. Now it's like, okay.
I was like, what are we doing here? That's not Mr. Fantastic.
This is the guy who would normally attack Galactus by wrapping himself all the way around Galactus's legs and making him trip and fall.
Right. Yeah.
I'm watching this like, man, what are we doing? That's Mr. Okay. That's not Mr. Fantastic. That's Mr. Decent.
The Mandalorian as Reed Richards was terrible casting.
I mean, it
the
still
thing
was
you're talking about was a John Malkovich as Red Ghost scene.
Right. They showed the monkey. They showed Mr. Fantastic kick the monkey, made his foot go out and kick the monkey. He has like the little monkeys or I think it's monkeys that he has. But I guess it was another scene where he was there fighting alongside. Why take that out? There's no need to take that out. There's no need to take that out. It needed that. And we didn't see them. I'm about to get spoilers. I'm sorry. I'm done. The thing ain't clobber a damn thing. Come on, man.
No, that's terrible. That's terrible.
He knocked down some pillars.
That's nothing.
Come on. Am I lying, Paul?
The power sets were all diminished tremendously.
He is still off on nobody.
That's disappointing. The first family got ruined.
I mean, it was
all the power sets were reduced, but that's standard for movies, though.
No, you're wrong, Paul. You're wrong because they turned Invisible Girl into the most powerful character I've ever seen on the planet, and I was like, all right, this is cute, but this isn't happening. But I felt like it was. But here's the thing. I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it again. I'm gonna buy the 4K disc because I enjoyed it for what it was. But I will say there are gonna be people that love the movie, and there's gonna be people that are like, But I think it's a polarizing film. I think there are people I know who really, really love Fantastic Four. That really, really love Superman. So, but
Jeffrey Thorne has given us perspective on the Cap movies. They've all made worldwide money. Mentions Cap 1 made 370. Cap 2 made 714. Cap 3, which one was Cap 3? Was that Winter Soldier?
No, Cap 2 is Winter Soldier. Cap 3 is Civil War.
Okay.
Oh, 1.5.
Cap 2 is arguably Marvel's best movie ever made.
No, it's in the top. It's in the
top.
No,
sorry. It's one of the top five.
Top five, definitely top five.
Top five.
But it is people's. My fault. Mike's them over spoiling the film to the chat. My bad. I apologize.
Cap 4 made 415, so it's kind of somewhere in there, but it made money.
Oh, it made money now. It wasn't no slouch. Like these numbers where people sit back and say it flopped. It didn't flop. It did all right. It just may not have done what they thought it was going to do.
Marwan says we don't need to tell Angel the whole movie. Angel ain't going to see it. Say, go see that movie until it's on DVD.
Hey man, Paul,
I'm going Friday. What are you talking about?
Hey, Paul, man, can we talk about this Dennis Cowan situation, man?
Let's talk about this Dennis Cowan book.
Dennis Cowan. I haven't got my book yet. I'm so mad you got yours already.
What, this book?
Yeah, that one.
Nice.
Wait, how do I switch?
I don't know why you showing me because I ain't got one. The hell?
I ain't got it either.
Gosh darn it. There we go.
All right, that's me.
I'm patiently waiting.
Got the book. Let me tell you something about this book. First, shout out to Dennis Cowan, the GOAT. Any of y'all who know me know how important that man is to me. That's the jacket. Underneath the jacket.
Hey, that shirt you got on is fire too.
I got.
Paul, that shirt you got on is crazy too. Shout out to Otis.
So what?
The shirt you got on is
Happiness
crazy.
is comic book.
Shout out to
Otis. Yeah, shout out to our boy Otis. Happiness is comic books. These shirts are available on Winston's Wham website. Check them out. Support. This is the Black Comic Lords official variant with all the black keys on it.
You see Franklin on there. Franklin's an important character.
Franklin's in there. Here's the part. This is what's underneath the jacket.
That's mean.
Some of his greatest creations. I know one of the ones he's most proud of is his work on The Question. If you can find this poster that he did for the Black Panther film, good luck. They're hard to find, but when you find them, they're hundreds of dollars at least.
Can I say something about The Question real quick? When we were at OAX, I forget who it was that I was with. He had the original Question pages, and Cowan saw them for the first time in 20 years or whatever, and he lost his mind. And the first thing Cowan said was, "Oh, I haven't seen these in years." So he stopped.
Yep.
Did you film that part? Because I was there with you when he said that. Did you film that part?
Yes. So then there was a point where Cowan brought his pencil out and wanted to correct a page. And old boy was like, no, you don't have to do that. I just looked at him and I said, are you serious?
Are you serious? I remember that. You're like, are you serious? The GOAT says he's going to fix the original art that you own for free. And you actually paused?
He said, I always had an issue with this. And I'm like, oh. So, and also I got, there is a piece of art. It wasn't mine, but it was a piece that was in Collections in Black that he had requested to be in his book. So we took it out of our exhibit and it's in the book actually. So it would be there's a Prince page. So that Prince page was in Collections in Black. It was in my possession, but the sensei asked, can he get his original page back? And you don't say no to that. So we made sure we got it back. And,
it's in the very first page. Art of Yasuke the samurai. And that's his signature right there, his actual signature on that piece. Let me tell you something about this book. It is more than simply a book of his art. Okay? To be clear, this is more than just a book of art. This is a book about history. It's a book about comic book culture.
Yes, sir.
It's a retrospective of a time period. You talk about that Prince page?
That's not the one, but it's in there.
But it's one of those. His work on Black Panther. This is an important book. I honestly would say if you're a Black comic lord, if you're a part of this community, I promise you there's something in this book that you will find noteworthy and important.
Yes, sir.
In terms of not just comic book history, but Black history. This is a Black history book. It's a comic book history book. And It is a Black comic history book. So yeah, people forget he's the one that did this art for DC.
Yeah,
Black
I
history.
love that. It's one of my favorites.
Wish I had that as a poster. Oh, and by the way,
Talk that shit. Talk that shit, Paul. Talk that.
Go here to the thank yous. You'll see that he gives special thanks to the Black comic lords and Black superheroes forever.
Dope. Dope.
Y'all
Now, the only way there was some people in the chat, because it's a Kickstarter book, Dennis has the books with him. So you'll have to look up what his next show is. And he has some with him if you didn't get in on the Kickstarter. So that's the only way to get it right now is if you go to the show and buy it from him directly, as far as I can tell. I'll have more information once he lets me know if they're going to go into full production on the book.
It is signed. How you got it? I got it through the Kickstarter. I don't remember how much I paid for it. Was it $50? I don't remember.
I think we all did the early special. He had that first 24 hours and you got so much stuff with it.
Yeah. No one is allowed to touch my book. If they do, they better wear gloves. Yeah, like it's funny you should mention that. I'm actually looking at, as you said that, I was looking at it and I was like, damn, I really should not have taken the jacket off and touched it with my hands like that. Because now I'm looking at it.
A coffee table book. Just go buy another one.
I have fingerprints on it now, man. I literally need to get a second copy that does not get touched.
Exactly. That's what
I literally need a second copy that doesn't get touched.
I definitely got to get. I didn't get it on the Kickstarter like a goofy, so that's on me.
Man, we were talking about it for the whole Kickstarter. What's up with that?
But the man called me. Yeah, you putting all your damn fingerprints on it. Yeah, I know, man. That was a rookie move right there. I did not pull out the black gloves.
I slipped on it, Angel, man. I should have jumped on it.
Yeah, Angel's right.
All the Kickstarters we promote end up being like very expensive books later.
For sure. Wants to check your digital books too. I didn't even check to see about the digital, so I don't have
like a thing for
that. Mike, you funny.
I gotta go back to it. Digital, nah.
Yeah,
Thor says, I think Fantastic Four was a good film, telling it from a 60s perspective on a different Earth and a multiverse. Makes films critical. Yeah. Some of the Kickstarters had digital. I hope mine did. I hope I got
I'm looking right now. I'm logged in now. I'm trying to see if there was a digital. I don't remember for this one if they did that.
Shout out to Michael Stratford for putting together
man, yeah, he did some work. He did some serious
amount of
work.
Research and in-depth interviews, pictures that he threw in here. It's just this is a. I'm proud to own this. I'll say that. There's a question for you, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Talk about flex.
Ain't nothing special.
Yeah, there's a glare, man. There's a glare. We can't really see.
Oh, my bad. Let me see what's in here, man. Just nothing too crazy.
He's opening up the glass. He's opening.
Listen, man, I got some shorts on, man. So let me make sure my drawers don't show. You know, I wasn't ready for TV.
I'm just happy you have drawers on, man. Thank you.
Oh my God, this is too much right now. Thanks, Bo Biggs.
While you're doing that, let me see if shout out to Bo Biggs. Thank you very much, brother, for the super chat. And I can't find the super chat video. Gosh darn it, because I blamed Derek.
I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money. I love black people.
All right.
Just a little bit of heat up here.
Was that Black Panther #1?
Yeah, put that back up for you, just in case you didn't get a chance to see that, John.
In a 9.8.
9.8. There's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, I'm working on the whole run. Just so y'all don't think I'm over here lying and shit. You know, just grab a couple of these joints.
Issue 3, 9.8.
Yeah, this is what we do, man.
So you just got those sitting in your living room like that.
Right next to the guns. It's cool. You know. I got a whole other cabinet over. You know what? I'm gonna grab some from this other cabinet. Hold on. Just since we're doing show and tell shit. Hold on.
You know it ain't nothing to ask Phil to give us a minor flex. Because the minor flex always becomes a major flex.
It becomes an overload. Too much.
Louisiana Kids. Speaking of Kickstarters, when are we supposed to get the Epiphany engine? I mean, we were promised this thing in February. Man, look, we all waiting on it, man. I mean,
exactly.
It is coming. It's just taking time. No, I know this Broyd did not just bring out some damn Hebrew Brantley. What you got there, man? I know you got some Timu knockoffs, right?
You said Timu.
I couldn't hear you. May have my headphones on. What you saying?
I was saying I thought I saw some Timu great value knockoffs of some Hebrew.
No, you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't. No,
bro. Are those original Hebrew?
Yes. Yeah. Let me, man. Of course they are. You know what I mean? This is what we do, man. Don't play no games.
Does that say made in China? What does that say at the bottom?
Oh, wow.
How'd you get that past the tariff, man? How'd you get that past the tariffs?
Got it a while ago, man. You know, I just had the shit sitting in the box, man. I just never took them out. You know how I do. And one day I decided it was time for me to start putting some of these up. You know, it's more. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's
crazy.
I love that piece right there, dude.
It's super dope. You know,
that piece is a whole vibe.
Yeah, so really dope piece. And I bought this for my oldest daughter. She was cheerleading. I bought this for a while ago. It was the Bumblebee statue.
Oh, from that that book. What was it called? Power Girls or something like that?
The Bombshells.
Bombshells.
Yeah, so this pairs perfectly with, you know. So they go perfectly.
Oh, so you're gonna have the first appearance in a 9.8 too, huh? You know how hard it is to get that book in a 9.8?
You know. It depends on who you are.
Oh, look, Tony popped up.
For those who
What's
don't
up,
know,
Tony?
that's Teen Titans number 20. Is it 26?
It is number 48.
48.
48.
Which is the first appearance of Miss Bleacher, aka Bumblebee.
And the first Harley Quinn too, which is crazy.
Well,
Joker's daughter.
Kind of. It wasn't really Harley Quinn. It was the first Joker's daughter.
Some weird, Harley Quinn or something crazy like
that.
The first Bumblebee is the important thing. And one more time, just so we don't forget, Sunday, make sure you please tune in. I need everybody in, man. If people could share and tag and things of that nature, I would really, really appreciate it. And, you know, follow my socials because I'm about to drop just a ton of not content. We're talking premium film pieces. I got a week in a life coming out, which will show all the different shit that's coming out. We got the OAX stuff that's about to drop pretty soon. 4 or 5 different episodes. I think I'm on like the last 2 now. I'm dropping that super soon, and my book's going, man. The book's going to be incredible. And I'm not going to do a lot. I don't know if I'm going to do a lot of different incentives for it. I know people want that. I'm just more concerned with making sure the book gets out and people gets the book. I will not fulfill orders and not send out books. That's not shots to anybody. That's just the truth. Take it how you want to take it. And
so Louisiana Kid was asking about the status of Epiphany Engine. Tony Cottrell in the house. What's up, Tony? Shout out to Tony Cottrell. All good things come to those who wait. It's almost done. So there you hear it from the man himself.
There you go.
It's on its way. It's on its way. He also gives you a shout out, Angel. Angel always gets a shout out. Nobody ever says hi to me.
Everybody says hi to you, Paul.
That's just weird. I'm the only girl.
Yeah, man. But Angel now.
That sounds like
sexist.
That sounds sexist.
It does, man.
Oh, okay.
It is ridiculous. Somebody said, where can we pick up my stuff? You know what? All of my stuff's going to be everything that I do is going to circle around the Collections in Black exhibit. You know what I mean? So, for instance, when I'm in different cities, we're going to do that. I will say this. I will be at I'm going to say the name wrong, but in August, I'm at this con in Harrisburg, and I'm thinking at that particular point, I'm going to start having some different merch. Oh, I got these dope Collections in Black shirts. Man, I should have had
the one I've been asking for 6 months. That Collections in Black shirt.
No, I got a new one. Hey, Tristan,
is Tristan
baby.
there?
Yes.
Say what's up to Tristan. Did you start school yet?
Come here, Tristan. I'm not going. Nice. I'm not going in front of the camera. Do me a favor. What shirt is that right there? That's not a Collections in Black.
Thank you, Tony. See, I just occasionally like to get a hey, what's up, Paul? How you doing? I'm a person too, man. I got feelings.
Can you go in my? You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you the new shirt, Paul. It's dope. All right, give me 2 seconds.
Put Tristan on the screen. Let me say hi.
Tristan don't want to get on the screen. Tristan,
Paul
wants
to go.
She's not getting on the screen.
She's looking at the TV. Get the TV's up here. She's like, I'm not getting on the screen. I'm not getting on the screen.
Tristan's only like 3 people on right now. Don't worry about it. Come on the screen. Say hi.
Like, Tristan, get on. Sit down. Put the headphones on right now. Sit down.
No, I can't. I'm crazy. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Reagan says we need to bring in another lady for Angela to pair with.
I don't know who Angela is, though. Who's that?
Angela Bassett.
That'd be a perfect partner. Let's get
Everybody got some Angela Bassett connects. We'd like to bring her on.
Queen Rwanda.
Shout out to Paul, the 2001, 2002 Hurricanes. All right, so now you're trying to butter me up, OSU. Still bitter about that.
Yeah. Tristan was like, no, I'm not doing that, man. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to have these.
Oh, that's what's up. That's the one I want.
Cool.
That's not the one I want.
I know it's one you want. You want the Collections in Black with the logo on.
No, that's not the one I want either.
Which one?
I want the one that you're gonna make on the cover of your book.
Oh, I know it's when. I know it's when you're talking about.
That one's personal.
That one personal. The one with me.
Yeah.
So I think. So I'm thinking. I'm just. Part of me is thinking like, do I start to sell those now? Do I wait for the Kickstarter? Do I make it as part because when I go to the cons, all I'm doing is promoting the film and the exhibit. I'm not really selling anything at this point. You know what I mean? But
sell the shirts, man. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Why would you sell the shirts?
Because the Kickstarter need investors. You get investors by acknowledgement and visibility. Shirts is the
easiest sell.
Angel using big logistical words.
No, but that's right. So I think
shirts are the easiest way to get eyeballs on something. And when they see something come across about the Kickstarter, they'll be curious enough because they already didn't see the shirt.
Facts.
Show the folks the Collections in Black.
All the shirts, man. That's easy.
All right, you're right. You're 100% correct. and I apologize.
I would show the Collections in Black trailer, Mike, but this Negro likes to put his stuff in like 24K resolution, which our StreamYard cannot handle.
Sorry.
He's got the high-end equipment from Sony that doesn't come out for like 5 years.
Sorry. I apologize. But yeah, so it's the shirts are going to drop. Thank you, Angel. Just so you know, the shirts are going to drop, and the comic's not going to drop for a while, but I'm hoping on Sunday that I may be able to show a couple pieces from the comic itself, some of the character designs and some of the concepts that we're going with. And I think I want to show that on Sunday. I will show
the shirts and sell them.
Yes, man. So how about we sell the shirts on Sunday also? I'll put a QR code.
There you go.
Because this is the first Black whatever the hell, Collections in Black episode number 1. We'll have the shirts available on Sunday.
Collections in Black Live. Get the name right, dude.
Black Live
on Sunday.
And it's gonna be crazy. We got the towels too. The towels is crazy. I got all we gotta keep that going. So I think we're gonna do that. We'll talk about the Kickstarter. The name of my
towels?
They're not terrible. They good towels, baby. But no, but no, we're gonna have some towels, man. I mean, my whole thing is, so somebody said to me not too long ago that, man, you always rocking the such and such. I said, yeah, I gotta rep my brand. Like, when you see me, I want people to see me in my stuff, and that makes people want to get this thing. You know what I mean? And so I have just multiples of my shit because I'm aware of my stuff. Why not? You know what I'm saying? And I am promoting myself. There is no big machine behind me. It's just me doing.
Y'all can't get this hat. It's a one-on-one.
That's what I'm talking about. So but I can talk about this shit all day. Sunday, just make sure y'all in the building. It's gonna be crazy, man. And I'm just like, I can't say it enough, man. Share the information, share the flyer, tag people, let people know, because it's gonna be important. And I want to get people's opinions on it. Like, it's going to be a moment where we're going to be talking, but we want everybody else's opinions, negative or positive. I'm not too stuck in my ways that I can't hear another person's opinion. I don't have to agree, but sometimes it may be something that I agree on later on. You know what I mean? I may not agree right then and there, but Sanford Green, Guru, Jaquan, all in one space. Come on, man. On Black Comic Lords. Come on. Black Comic Lords is the ish. It's we here. We back. I'm gonna say that. That's how I'm gonna put it. So
we left?
No, we didn't leave, baby. But I've been gone. So and shit. People use we now, so I could be multiple people. I might have multiple personality disorder. The fuck. So we's back. I quit. Let me stop before I get canceled today. Anyway,
I'm done. You get me in trouble.
I'm done, man.
Just real quick before we go, when we do Wednesday wrap up, I always got to run through comics that are coming out.
First of all, Young Guru's in the chat. So I need you to go ahead and throw Guru up on that piece. What's up, brother Guru?
Oh, look at that.
Come on, man.
What's up, man? How you doing?
And let me say this too. I'm going to say this with Guru on here in front of everybody. Guru is the greatest engineer on the planet. Guru's name on it. That's just going to sound so crispy. It doesn't make sense. Every time I'm DJing, it's damn near half of the Johns he done touched. But I just want to say, man, it was an honor, because as soon as I hit him up, he didn't say, yo, let me get back to you. Let me do this. Let me do that. The only issue was that there was a particular album that he was working on, and he was like, he got to wait until he's done. I said, cool. But he was like, yo, he said, man, I'm honored to be, for Guru to say he's honored to do this, to me that was enough. for me, and likewise, so it was just it's just an amazing thing, man, and I can't wait till Sunday, and I'm truly appreciative of of Guru being a part of this. So,
man, I wish I could be on the show.
I mean, it's just your wife's birthday, man. You can tell her to push that back a day, cuz.
Push that back.
No.
Don't do that.
No, that's not.
Don't do that.
Don't get me in trouble, man. Don't get me in trouble.
That. But it's gonna be dope, though, man. It's gonna be crazy. So
yeah, I'm with Mike. I'm glad to see Black hip hop legends supporting Black comics. That's what's up.
For sure. Oh, speaking of that, wait a minute. So when I did the show with EPMD on Sunday, I was talking to Eric and Parrish about
making dollars.
That Bill Sienkiewicz art. I was asking Parrish. I asked Parrish, did he still have the art to the Business as Usual cover? Because Bill Sienkiewicz did a cover, and neither of them knew where it was. I tried my best to get that 4 collections in black, and I was just we had just did the arts festival. Me and my DJ crew came on, and then they came on and did their thing. And so I'm talking to them brothers, and I'm just like, do y'all still have this artwork? And
when we were at OX, didn't somebody talk about where that? Didn't Dennis Cowan talk about that cover he did for Liquid Swords?
Yes.
Just his album?
Yes.
Like, where is that album? Where's that cover?
But the cover that came out wasn't even the finished artwork, remember?
Yeah.
He said that wasn't the finished artwork.
That was just something he threw together.
Ain't that crazy? That was the prelim.
Yeah. But that's what they wanted.
That's what they wanted. So, and I think one of the next exhibits, well, I'm not gonna tell it, but I've been talking to Jaquan and some other people about another exhibit that I want to do. It's gonna be super dope. So,
am I helping with that one, or are you just leaving me in the dust?
we gotta see, man. I gotta check your clearances first, because you kind of wild. I gotta check your old posts so I don't get canceled in the future. Because I'm canceled already, baby. I'm all right where I'm at.
All right, so let me real quick run through. Guru sat back and said what he had told me. So you might as well put that on. He put that on the screen. That's why we need Derek, because Derek's quick with this. Man, just what's coming out next week. Absolute Green Lantern. This Batgirl has that new. If you could, if I could click on that. That's Bronze Tiger's son, Jade Tiger. That's his first cover appearance.
Nice.
So that's kind of dope.
When does the last issue of Bitterroot come out? Is that this week? Next week coming out?
That's next week. That's this issue right here.
Okay.
Last issue of Bitterroot, the next movement. So y'all got to cop that. Illuminati. We talk about hip hop and comics. They got all these hip hop covers for the Illuminati by Dennis Cowan, Brian Edward Hill, Bill Sienkiewicz. Here's that death certificate cover. And Farmhand, Robert Guillory.
Dope.
Monkey Meat. Storm, number 11. Continuing the Thunder War. If y'all read number 10, you know that was pure fire. So
hopefully
next week.
Y'all gonna be clicking on that pretty soon, and my book's gonna come up there. So that's gonna be dope. So it's Paul. I may have to get you to edit something, man, because I know that's something you want to do, man. So I may have to send it off to you for your approval first, before we go.
I was for real on that.
I know you were. So I want to show you some stuff. I'm gonna wait though. It's gonna be incredible when it comes out. It's gonna be an incredible book.
I have no doubt.
And
all right. Well,
go ahead. And we done. See y'all on Sunday.
We'll see y'all on Sunday.
I'm sleepy.
Angel's sleepy. I gotta go to work in the morning.
I got two pieces of film I gotta edit by tomorrow morning.
I figure you just roll out of bed and
Oh.
immediately on a computer
Well,
or
you
on
got
some
30
turntables.
minutes left till the morning.
I know I'm tripping. No, I teach my multimedia class. So tomorrow we have our summer showcase. So
That's right. You like a teacher.
I got two of them joints I got to do, and then I got to do another editing class because I do this stand-up paddleboarding class. So then after that, I got to go do that. Then I got to go back to the showcase.
Look at that. People trust you with their children.
My clearance is good. I choke kids though, but my clearance is all there.
Shaping the young minds of the future. All right, so y'all, thank you all for your support. Thank you for sitting with us tonight. Check out Big Phil Sunday night at 9. We've got some great things coming up at Black Comic Lords. Shout out to Duran Flood for coming out to talk about Atlantic Comic Con.
If you're in the VA area, please make sure you go and support Atlantic Comic Con, man.
Go support Atlantic Comic Con, August 23rd, 24th, Norfolk, Virginia, at the Sheraton Waterside. It's a dope event. Angel and I went last year. Definitely worth going to. If this is going to be bigger and better than last year, it's going to be nothing short of spectacular. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm not trying to like boost it up just to boost it up. It was a dope event. It really was. I'm sorry. Angel actually, her car broke down, unfortunately, and she wasn't able to win. But
it happens.
She was trying to make it up there.
It happens.
So Sunday night at 9, Black Comic Lords, we got you. Peace, everybody.
Share that flyer, y'all. Share
the flyer.